Hey, Theodorus Rex here. I'm going to do a quick review of Morrissey's studio albums. I'm going to run through these very quickly because we don't have a lot of time. I want to keep this video short and to the point. Morrissey is a guy, an artist, a poet who can take a really deep thought, gloss it with irony, and repackage it with emotion. The man is an artist. With or without the Smiths, he's able to encompass vulnerability, sincerity, and touch that intimate place deep within with his lyrics and his vocals, his soul. It's not gay if it's with Morrissey. I've been told. So let's not waste a minute. Chronologically, let's go. Viva Hate, 1988. Very strong album overall. Spawned the single Suede Head. First post-Smiths single with a catchy guitar hook. Narrative hook, one might say. Complete delight as a track and as a single. And it kind of incorporated what the rest of the album might be about, although it was varied. Angel, We Go Down Together, another great song. Every Day is Like Sunday, popular. Not one of my faves, but it did stand out on the album. Break Up the Family, some great guitar lines here, some hidden innuendos with the lyrics. Pleasing and interesting overall. Margaret on the Guillotine was a political number that had some interesting chords in it and a great way to end the album. Kill Uncle, 1991, arguably Morrissey's weakest effort. King Lear, a tongue-in-cheek song that had cute lyrics laid over calypso vibe, very islandish, and one of the highlights from the album, and one of the few songs that actually remain in my playlist. The rest of the album was kind of forgettable, and I hate to say that about a Morrissey album, but this one was pretty weak. Your Arsenal, 1992. Morrissey adds guitarist Boz Bohr and Elaine White, which produced good results. This album is pretty strong. In fact, it's got a lot of songs that I listen to regularly. The album opener is kind of weak, Somewhere on Your Side. It's fair, but here we have National Disco Front. Great tune. When We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful. Another great song, Seasick When Still Docked. Low, soulful blues number, one might say. As bluesy as Morrissey gets. Kind of harkens back to Asleep from the Smiths. Tomorrow and Glamorous Glue were singles, but they failed to really register on my radar. Vauxhall and I, 1994. Another redeeming album. Now My Heart Is Full is the album opener. A great track which finds Morrissey confessing on an analyst's sofa, practically, albeit it's in third person some of the time. And there's an interesting lyrical twist on some of these songs. The highlights for me were Billy Budd, Hold On to Your Friends, Why Don't You Find Out for Yourself, a great acoustic number, and The More You Ignore Me, The Closer I Get, which was a pretty commercial success for Morrissey. This album also features Lazy Sunbathers, which is a song that grew on me over time, and it can usually pop up on my Amazon Alexa or Echo. Speedway, which is another great song that he often plays in concert. Southpaw Grammar is an album that kind of left me feeling perplexed. Another weaker album. The only song that really comes to mind is Best Friend on the Payroll, and even that one is kind of subpar. It's one you can safely skip and not have any qualms about. On the heels of Southpaw Grammar, we also had Maladjusted in 1997. Again, kind of a subpar effort. Alma Matters was a good track. Maladjusted itself was a pretty decent tune. Ammunition, and the rest of them were forgettable and weak. The Quarry came out in 2004. Very good album overall. Some of my favorites, Irish Blood, English Heart, amazing song and video on that one. Should have been the album opener. Killer guitar and energy, very rockin', really driving the lyrics home in a magnificent way. November Spawned a Monster is also on this album, another fantastic track. 2007's Ringleader of the Tormenters saw the addition of Jesse Tobias on guitar and Matt Chamberlain on drums. They did well. There is a large gulf, or a dichotomy you could say, between the good songs and the bad songs here. There's also a lot of orchestration on the album, which was quite a change for Morrissey. And then there was Years of the Refusal, 2009. One of my favorite Morrissey albums, very rockin', got some rockabilly sensibilities on this album. The whole project is very strong, has driving rhythms, melodies, serious lyrics, a strong group of musicians, and from what I've read, it was recorded live in the studio, so very few overdubs, and you get this raw energy that just comes out. Some of my favorite songs, Something Is Squeezing My Skull, the album opener, Black Cloud, All You Need Is Me, It's Not Your Birthday Anymore, I'm Okay By Myself. Another, man, just the whole album is chock full of great tunes. Throwing My Arms Around Paris. I mean, how do you beat these songs? This is really the highlight of the studio albums, I should say. World Peace Is None of Your Business, 2014. This CD goes up and down. Some days you might like some songs, other days others. I guess some of the highlights for me were Staircase at the University, Kick the Bride Down the Aisle, a little misogynistic twist there. Not uncommon for Morrissey. Bullfighter is a good song, but basically the bonus disc that came with the album had more good songs than the album itself. On that bonus disc you had One of Our Own, Drag the River, Julie and the Weeds, and Art Hounds. All of those are dynamite songs, and how they didn't make the album is crucifiable. It's an absolute travesty, because those 4 songs alone are worth the price of the album. Fantastic songs. I realize I ran through these albums pretty quickly, but I had to. I want to keep this video short, so you can subscribe at the bottom if you like this review. And until next time, take it out, go out there and see some live music.